Okay, I just got done with a Canonet, so that's why it's messy. This is one of my least favorite cameras of all time, and I don't really have a reason why. Like, I think it works probably just fine. It's just they're so cheap. Cheaply designed, poorly designed. The materials are cheap, they're usually broken. It's a mess. And also I've spent way too much of my life trying to fix them when it's just usually not worth fixing. But this was another that was given to me to repair, so I'll do what I can with it. But the latch here is broken. I don't know if you can tell, but there's no screws in there, so this is not a piece that you can just kind of unscrew and put a new one in, and it is snapped off. There's flash sync ports in the side here. I guess that's what they are, if you want to call them that. The rest of this is rudimentary, is a kind word to say. It has actually an interchangeable lens here, but this is typically the lens that comes on it. It's a 53.5. You change the apertures, moving this little front. There's two little knobs that stick up that you can use to turn it. The charging is in the front right here, and that is the shutter release button up there. If you move the top thing over to the bulb, it's denoted with a little B. You can fire on bulb. On the side you have your shutter speeds. It goes from 1/300th of a second all the way down to 1/10th of a second. So it just fills you with confidence. Over here you have your focus system, which sucks because usually these things are really old and corroded. So what I always like to do is, first of all, get it to one side, at 3 feet, and then unscrew this portion here and get this gear out. Unscrew the lens, which this is how you interchange the lens if you are curious, and just kind of do a little bit of cleaning around here. Anyway, you could probably build a house with Argus C3s for less money than it would be to build it with lumber right now, in the lumber market being the way it is. Of course, I suppose all industries are kind of experiencing shortages and whatnot, but still, point stands, there's no shortage of C3 Bakelite cameras. There's not much really else to talk about with this thing. It's great for double exposures, I will give it that, because this isn't something that you wind and that charges it. The winding mechanism is basically right here, and the charging mechanism is in the front, so you could really stack exposures pretty easily. The viewfinder is incredibly rudimentary, as you can see. This is pointless. This is more of the framing for the 50mm, and then this is for focus. You got two separate ones for whatever reason. You have a tripod socket in the bottom here. You have a rewind, and that goes with this. So you put this there, you pull it over to disengage the spool, and then you rewind it. And then this is just more of a memo for your sake. There's no light meter on this, obviously. There's no electronics. Anyway, that is the Argus in a nutshell. I don't have many kind things to say about it, obviously, but you know, they're really easy to come by. They're really cheap, and I mean, they are a dime a dozen. Plus they look great on, you know, a shelf or something if you're into that. They come in a bunch of different colors. The black is the most common, I think. I've seen some that are like, I'm really bad with colors, but it's like a cream, I guess. Cream? That might not be right. Ivory? Ivory one is dope. But that's it in a nutshell. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll catch you on the next one.